What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to some more Armored Warfare action, where today we're going to be looking at two matches. One in the MBT-70, which we are obviously watching right now, and this is going to be the best match I've ever had, following up from my last video on the MBT-70, where I had the first match was the best I ever had, and the second match was even better. So this is even better than all of that, and then we're going to look at a match in the Challenger. So we are on, what's this one? River Storm or something? River Point, there we go. And we're pushing aggressively down the right-hand flank here, trying to get to this rock in front of us here, which works quite well because you can often catch the enemy a little bit by surprise and not quite expecting it. MBT-70 takes a shot at us, misses our viewer port. We plant a shot straight into his lower front plate, and that's our first damage of the match, getting us 474 damage. Just waiting to aim in. He's moving back, so we don't have the time, so we rush the shot, but orange is on our side, and we plant one down into his side and do 511 damage. Don't have too many teammates here with me. Got a T-72A, RDF, and a Centauro is on its way. This BMP is just sticking out, managed to sneak a shot in, 471 damage. So already at just shy of 1500. This T-72 has pushed up a bit further and is hiding behind these rocks, which is probably a good idea. Well, at least it is a good idea if there's artillery. There isn't too much. We go for a module shot there and take out his sights. If there's artillery, that's a much better spot to be. Unfortunately, Leopard 2 AV Ice gets a shot into one of our hatches, only doing 144 damage, so not the end of the world. But since there's no artillery, we can kind of sit out here. But I'm going to move up any minute now. There's MBT-70. And despite the lag, we managed to put a shot into his gunner's port, or whoever's viewport that is. And that brings us up to 8 points shy of 2000 damage, and we've only taken 144, so this was working out quite well so far. Next shot, we have a Chieftain. Put a shot into his turret ring, 551 damage, at least I think that's where we hit. We currently are down 1 tank compared to the enemy. Now it is 2 tanks, and I think all of them are going to be falling on the left-hand flank. Leopard 2 coming up, so we start moving back, just so that we can try and cover up our lower front plate. We were keeping our turret pointed to the side to try and cover the gunner side, but unfortunately the Chieftain manages to put a shot into it. Aiming in, fire a shot at his turret ring. Unfortunately, he is able to get out of the way in time, so we're just backing up even further because there's now only 2 of us, and the Centauro behind us, and there's, what's that, 1, 2, 3, possibly even 4 tanks here. Leopard exposing his lower front plate, put a shot through, 506 damage, and we're now at over 3000, which is pretty much my benchmark for any game that's at least decent. And we've still got a lot of health, and now a T-72A is on the scene. We take a shot at his lower plate, but he does back up and only do critical track damage, which is a bit unfortunate. T-72 takes a minor hit, and Chieftain is back, so we put a shot into his turret ring, do 213 damage, and get the kill. It's currently 9-9, 8-9 now, so again we're down. We just don't seem to be able to keep the numbers up. Leopard 2 managed to get off a sneaky shot, 476 damage, and we're not far off from 4000, so that's not bad at all. And we're slowly whittling down the numbers that are holding us here. And we're just going to pop up and see who we can get. T-72 takes out the Leopard, which is nice. We try to take a shot into that Chieftain as he was coming over the hill, bounce a shot from the T-72. Unfortunately, the shot goes low and we don't manage to connect. And he's still waiting for us, aiming in on the turret ring. Unfortunately, it's not to be. He does back up as we fire, so no penetration, and he does take out our sight. So it is quite clear that that guy knows exactly where to shoot an MBT-70. just poking out to try and get a hit into the lower front plate of that T-72. We manage it, another 546 damage. We're now up to 4,200 and fast approaching my previous best game. Chieftain bounces a shot on us, and we're gonna move forward now. We're just gonna wait for him to come up again. He goes for the gunner sight again and takes our optics out once more. So now we're gonna kind of push forward. T-72 pops up, aiming in. Again, rush the shot, and it goes low and plants into the ground. We put some smoke down so we can try and maybe move up and be a little bit more aggressive. And there's the Chieftain, shot in 532 damage. He also lands his shot 392. But now already, I think this is now best game ever. He manages another shot, and we plant one into the side of the T-72A. So we're now at over 5,000. We've got some more backup. A T-72A has managed to flank around them, but it's currently 4-6. We are down 2 tanks. And into his side, but unfortunately only critical module damage on his engine. We're keeping our turret angled so that hopefully he can't penetrate the gunner's sight, and he won't be able to go through the side either. He's just kind of sitting there, which I don't quite know what he's doing. 319 damage, finish him off for our second kill. It is now 4-4, and incoming is a facepalm moment. Honestly, I do not know what I was thinking. And this mistake is quite possibly going to cost the team its win. I was thinking we'd maybe go and cap and put some pressure on, but these two T-72As start moving towards our base. So I decide to follow them, but I decide to make the move up here. And unfortunately for me, there is a typhoon, and we're down. That was completely fucking stupid, and I don't know why I did it. But I still think pulled our weight. So let's go off to the results. And as you can see, we ended up with 5,625 damage done, 2,800 spotting damage, 6 spots, 4,600 reputation, just shy of 300,000 credits. We got what's that, Master Gunner, and we got the Iron Cross. Going over to the results, you can see we did considerably more damage than anyone else on our team. The VFM did 3,800. We were nearly 2,000 damage more than him. On the enemy team, the Typhoon that killed me managed to do 6,100. So props to him. In terms of reputation, base reputation, we actually came second overall. The Typhoon was on 2,900, we're on 2,380, and then the Stingray is on 2,000. So not a bad little game, although it is rather let down, unfortunately, by that monumentally stupid fuck up at the end. But anyways, let's head off to the Challenger gameplay and see if that one's going to be any better. And what do you know, it is the exact same map, and we're starting from the exact same side, although this one is the single cap point in the center. So we're going to do very much the same thing. We're going to try and move down to the right-hand flank, which is on our left-hand side, but right-hand side on the minimap, the 7-8 line. And we're again going to try and see how far forward we can get, if we can possibly get to that rock. Unfortunately, the Challenger 1 is not known for its speed, so we're not really going to be able to get there. We're moving up now, as you can see, only doing 30 kilometers an hour. We've got a big push into the center of town. They're spotting some guys on the other flank of the map, and again, not a whole lot of support. And here, I guess I was kind of focused a little bit on other people. Take 318 damage. Go for the lower plate of the XM1, but strangely enough, don't actually manage to penetrate. Looking for the green marker on the T80. We managed to get a penetration, but so does he. 585 damage. And you can see they've pushed really hard straight to that same rock. Looking for a penetration, manage one again, 433 damage. They take out our sight, but we don't lose any health that time. Again, I mean, as I was saying, only 2 tanks supporting us here. That was a bit of a rush shot. We didn't actually even have a green pen marker there. But again, there are not many people supporting this flank. Only myself, MBT-70. That time we get another penetration, 453 damage. So we just got the T-72A behind us and an MBT-70. Take a hit from the LAV-600. Only 179 damage, so we can deal with that. Just trying to... Obviously, we can't push out too far. Another hit from the LAV-600. There's that T-80. Got a green penetration, 434 damage. Turn the turret to just try and block the weak points on the turret. There he is. Reload, take the shot, 143 damage, get the kill. But we do take some more damage. Another hit from the T-80 and the LAV. So unfortunately, we're down to less than 1,000 health now. And we've actually taken a little bit more damage than we have done. But we got to try and hold this flank, and let's just say my game style of, or the game style of just sitting back and waiting for the enemy doesn't work for me. Here we got a challenger. We take the shot, but I think this XM1 actually moves up and eats the shot for his friend, and we get no damage. Challenger, he is showing us his side, so we get 403 damage. He bounces. We're just trying to back up his... and that right there, where I shot there, that little box on the side of the turret, a thermal sight, I think, is actually a weak spot on this tank. This guy's showing us his side. Doesn't really matter. We go for the low front plate, 413 damage. But yeah, that little thermal sight is actually a weak spot. Fortunately, rush that shot before he gets behind cover. You won't penetrate it every time in a tank like the Challenger or the M1, but something like a T-80 will probably penetrate it every single time. Going for a side shot, 448 damage, and we set him on fire. But I'm now the last tank, and there's a whole bunch coming my way. Take a shot, 413 damage, and his tracks and engine are out once again. But we're down to 113 hit points. Put another shot into his turret ring, 409 damage. We're over 4,000, but unfortunately we take a shot from an XM1 who finishes us off. So unfortunately we didn't have the support, so we paid the price, but still not too bad, I don't think. So anyways, let's go off to the results and see how we did in that game. And in the end, it did turn out to be a victory. 3,200 reputation, 150,000 credits, 4,000 damage, 5 spots, 2 assists, and we got Master Gunner. As for where we came on the team, we came 3rd place by reputation, 1st place by damage, and that is 1st place overall. In 2nd place for damage was the BMD4 on our team with 3,700. 1st place on the enemy team looks like it was a was the XM1 with 2,700. So we did pretty well in terms of damage, but unfortunately we were not able to survive. But I do think we did our part. We stopped them from flanking us too early on and held them at bay on that side for a decent amount of time. But yeah, that is about it for this video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing for more Armored Warfare, World of Warships, and a few other things that I throw into the mix from time to time. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator 458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.